Hey crew, what's up? It's Dr. Jared again here at Health and Performance Center. We're going to talk about the ring muscle up today. It's open season for you CrossFitters. So we got about 5 weeks leading up into that, or 4 weeks, whatever it is. It's knocking on the door. A couple of gymnastic movements that we probably expect to see this year, as well as a new movement that we expect to see this year as our prediction. We think it'll be ring muscle ups last year. Muscle ups have been in the last couple of years. Last year it was a bar muscle up. I think it might transition to a ring muscle up this year, potentially a strict muscle up. Hopefully not, but we'll see. We want to just kind of understand, for those of you who have yet to really master the muscle up, some transition drills that really help. And it kind of clear up some confusion when people come into the office and, yeah, doc, I've been doing all these transition drills and I'm still struggling. And we go and do the transition drills and they're really missing the key components of what they're trying to achieve with those drills. So we want to clear up some of that confusion and realize, hey, there's a fluency type of transition as well as strength development to be able to stabilize your body through a very complex movement. So we'll go through those. Pistols, we're not going to go through those today. That's something that's probably going to crop up this year for the first time. We'll have some stuff on that, but kind of look at those as well in this next 4 to 5 week period. Now, getting into the muscle up transition, there's going to be 2 things. It's making sure we clear all the way through the hip. It's just like Olympic lifting. If you're trying to do a body weight snatch and you don't clear all the way through the hip, the odds of you actually hitting that lift are pretty low. Same with the muscle up. If you're not clearing all the way through the hip in terms of the kipping muscle up, or even the strict one as well, it's going to be pretty difficult for you to get all the way up and over the top of the ring. So we're going to focus, the first part is going to be on the kip, getting able to open up the hips. But then also, once we've done that, we're going to tuck over into the bottom of a dip position and make sure that we're actually realistic with that transition. So they look like this. I'll kind of break them down. We really want to focus on being able to pop the hip as we're coming up to find a fully hip extended position. Again, you might hear in your gym, hey, look up at the ceiling, and then you'll be looking down. Well, this is kind of making sure that we're opening up all the way. Another way of kind of explaining this is kind of the position of a GHD sit-up when you're tilted all the way back. We want to kind of mimic that position where I'm really driving the rings into my armpit as I'm opening up my hip all the way. Make sure you hit those, and realistically, if you struggle with that, just being able to pop up into that position for some of those pulls is really a huge step in actually getting you where you need to go. The next phase is going to be, if you go back to the GHD sit-up, is doing that sit-up over the top of the rings. So once we pop to here, we want to be able to effortlessly do that GHD sit-up right over the top. Again, we pop all the way through. If we hit that with a little momentum and weightlessness, we can hit the position as far as being in the bottom of a ring dip. What a lot of people will do is this right here. That's not the bottom position of a ring dip, where they'll be way out with their chest. It's not a realistic position. We want you to catch, boom, right down in this bottom of the ring dip position so you can pick yourself up and be very, very stable. Again, doing some of these from this angle. Looks like that. So if you're able to do that, and it gets really, really easy to do 6, 7, 8 reps, you can start to elevate the feet to kind of mimic more demand on the arms, as well as more capability or need to drive the hips through. The next one is more of the strength variant. Okay, and with this, we're just going to slow it down. We like to kind of start by unwinding and going right into this bottom or top position of your pull, and then pulling around. We go here, and then we whip around. So there, that might look kind of easy, but as you elevate your feet, okay, is one way to do it, or start to elevate the rings a little bit, it gets a little bit more difficult. So that would be more of the strength variant, but they're always focusing on opening up the hip as well as catching in the bottom of the ring dip. Good luck.